Hello, this is Amanda. Most of you from this crazy virtual stitchy world would know me as Pennington Terrace, primarily on Instagram really, where I take photos and record all of my stitchy progress. I just wanted to make a quick Flosstube today to go through my WIP parade with you, 2020, which brings over about 9 projects, which I think is not too bad, although it gives my husband a conniption every time I say it. In fact, a true test of a relationship is getting him to teach me how to use PowerPoint when he can't drive a Mac. But I do digress. Shall I start into the WIP parade? I should probably add that I'm on my balcony in the Gold Coast at the moment on our Christmas summer holidays. So if there's any strange noises, it's from the locals. So my biggest, baddest WIP, my BAP, is Alexandra's Flight of Wonders, one of the beautiful images of Josephine Wall, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And oh, this slide dropped out of my first recording. So this is my Alexandra's Flight of Wonders. I am almost 3 pages of 19 completed. Pattern Keeper tells me that this is 20% done. I started this mid-2019, but I'm a huge convert to Pattern Keeper. I purchased a tablet this year purely for this purpose. The fabulous women in history. My biggest disappointment in this are there are no Australian women represented on here, which I think there really should be. There's a few of us out there who understand completely that representation matters. I decided to do this a little bit differently. I did this on black 18 count black Ada with the DMC 2/1. Started at the end of June. I don't think I'm going to do all of the women in this chart. I'm going to stick to 12, and I'm going to see what 12 looks like. If I'm not happy with that, I've got plenty of options to add more, but I've changed the chart a little bit just to suit the 12 women, not the total of women. And you all know it, you all love it. This is BELLE by DonaStitch, formerly Beauty and the Beast. I wonder if Disney was trying to track her down, so she's changed it to BELLE. That's pure speculation on my behalf. I am 8.5 pages out of 12 through this. It's huge. I'm doing it on 32 count white Jobelin. I get my Jobelin from 123 Stitch. For all the Aussies out there, 123 Stitch has lowered its international shipping, which makes things a little bit more accessible for us down under. Next up, the Secret Summer Garden Labyrinth by Carolyn Manning Designs. I bought this PDF directly from her website. I didn't choose the yellow fabric she uses. I'm doing it on a 32 count white Belfast linen with the DMC. I used a little bit of XJU design hand dyed thread, which she sent over in some fabric for me, but I just colour matched to the DMC. I'm thinking of giving this one to my mum later on in the year. My next project is the Autumn Cat Sampler by Cooler Design Studios. I bought the PDF directly from their website. It's a series, so this is one of 4 cats. The samplers are beautiful. The detail in it is crazy, so I am backstitching as I go so I don't get walloped by crazy backstitch at the end. I was completely enabled by Lindy Stitches on this one. Stephanie's final project was just beautiful and got me over the line to purchase it and get cracking. So it's a September start for me. DMC 2/1. Next up, the Colour of Winter. Colour with a U, peeps. I'm adding the U to the spelling of this. I bought this as a paper chart from Journey of a Stitcher on Etsy. She's a Melbourne-based LNS. This is by the Blue Flower, and I'm actually doing it on an eggshell blue fabric, 28 count Jobelin. It's huge. It is eating my DMC very, very quickly. Next up, Mandrake by Barbara Anna Designs. I'm really enjoying her designs this year. I purchased this as a PDF from Creative Poppy Patterns. I'm going back to that website for Gera designs, which I'm really enjoying as well. I did this on 18 count Ada, which I hand dyed myself. I used charcoal Rit. I boiled it on the stove actually and got a really consistent, nice charcoal colour throughout. So it wasn't a fancy dye, it was just a plain colour all throughout, but that was lots of fun. My next design is called Mum of Two by Punt Agio Petite Pattern from Etsy. It was a PDF, and this design was made to order specifically for me. I asked Luida, the designer, to make it represent myself and my two little gremlins, who are conveniently napping right now. And that's how far I am with it. I did this on a 16 count eggshell blue Ada with the DMC. I started this on Boxing Day, and it's stitching up very, very quickly. As much as my father would love to have this on his wall, I'm very attached to it, so I will find it very difficult to part with it. So I might keep this one for myself, or maybe gift it to my husband, which means that I can keep it anyway. New year, new start. I started a strawberry sale with the lovely Gail from Bargo, New South Wales, and Helen, the Blue Mountain Stitcher, and this is where I'm at with this. It's a Luca S design. I purchased the kit from my bobbin. I switched out the Ada for a 32 count Belfast linen. I'm thinking of doing this one for my Auntie Carol. She's a very lovely, classy lady, and it would look perfect in her kitchen. I'm actually really enjoying stitching with the anchor threads from this. It's a nice change from DMC. I finished a few things in 2019. Christmas is Coming by Barbara Anna Designs. Darvanalee, Nick from Darvanalee Studios finished this into a beautiful pillow for me. I finished Moby Dick by the Little Stitcher. Happy Halloween was a little design by me. Grandma in the top corner is an Etsy design. Anita Stitch, I think, is the name of that Etsy designer. The Koala Biscornu was a sale later this year from the Mittagong Stitches Retreat, which was fantastic. What else have I got? That design on the far right for you is another one that I did earlier. Bookhouse. I will try and remember the designer. Everyone else will be yelling at the screen right now. Stone Street Stitch Works, that's who it is. La Buen Camino, something else I stitched up earlier this year. And 2020, so many that I'd like to start that I'm honestly not going to be able to start everything, but I do have most of these things kitted up, ready to go. World Houses, the top right corner there is a Dutch design, which I'm going to start in February as a sale. A couple of Gecko Rouges, totally enabled by Kelly from Animal Instinct. Go check her out. And a few more. I'm pretty sure most of these are all really well known and well loved. So if you have any questions, please ask me. But that's it. Short and sharp. Happy New Year. My first Flosstube. Bye friends.